Hi there! You're invited to listen to an exclusive excerpt from the next episode that I'll be publishing on Sunday. My next guest is absolutely fascinating, and this is just a teaser of what you can expect from our discussion. Enjoy listening, and I'll see you on Sunday for the full episode.
Welcome to FinScale, a podcast created by Solène Niederkorn, shedding light on innovation in finance, banking, and insurance.
Wealth of Change, a startup branching out from tradition. Dr. Tillmann Lang, CEO and co-founder of Inyova.
In other markets, that would be already the winning argument. And here, people just don't care so much. There's an impressive statistic when it comes to mortgages that the Swiss person, on average, when it goes to look for a mortgage, they get, I think, 1.6 or 1.7 offers, right? So, and that's, a big financial investment. And most people just go to their bank and say, I need a mortgage, and then they take whatever the bank offers them. If you go to a market like Germany, there are a million online platforms where you would immediately compare 50 different offers. So it's much more price competitive. So that is something peculiar about the Swiss market. They love their banks, and it's not easy to get them to switch, even if you have a much better service, much better cost structure.
Tillman emphasized a remarkable alignment in values. From the way Inyova was designed, everything is in harmony, from its core principles to its broader mission. Beyond this, it's always interesting to explore how a WealthTech company evolves in a country where wealth management has been a cornerstone industry for generations. We're talking about Switzerland, its deep respect for tradition, the complexity of technological interconnections, and the precision it brings to innovation. You'll also gain insight into what drives this startup, which is expanding across Europe, particularly through Germany. We dive into the founders' entrepreneurial convictions around sustainability, why they chose to launch Inyova, how the company has structured itself, and what their ambitions for the future are. Lastly, we discuss governance and the various committees established to guide them in their growth and ensure they remain aligned with their mission. Enjoy the show! Hello, everyone. Hi, Tillman.
Hi, Solène. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. Super interested to have you on the podcast. Really glad that you accepted my invitation. I want to say a huge thank you to Jacqueline van den Ende, who kindly made the introduction. Tillman, many different things I would like to dive deeper with you today, particularly Inyova, because it's the company that you founded a few years ago. Now, can you please introduce yourself before we dive into the discussion?
Yeah, I'm Tillman. I'm one of the founders of Inyova Impact Investing and the CEO in our team. I'm a techie by background, worked in a variety of roles, always at the intersection of technology, finance, and sustainability. And I'm originally from Germany, but I've been living with my family in Zurich for 12 years by now. Yeah, I'm really happy to join you today, Solène.
Okay, so I will tell you a little story. In 2022, I was supporting two entrepreneurs, two Swiss guys from St. Gallen, young entrepreneurs. I really adore them. They're very fun. And they wanted to launch a fintech business out of Switzerland. And then they iterated several weeks on their product, but they were not ready yet. They didn't really know where they wanted to settle. They were hesitating between Switzerland and Germany because they were, completely fluent in German. So that didn't make any difference. So my first question would concern rather the Swiss market. How would you describe the current state of the Swiss retail investment market, and what sets it apart from the European market that you know well too?
Yes, yeah, I do know it well because we're present in both the markets you mentioned, right? So we're present in the German market and in the Swiss market, which also means we're regulated twice, once each in each market. So I think the Swiss market is a very, very interesting market, and if you're building something new, it has a lot of things that are good and that from another perspective can be challenges. So I can understand, there are many good reasons for starting in Germany, just as there are many good reasons for starting in France or in London. But the Swiss market also has some things that make it very good. So I think in terms of retail investing, one thing that is special here, especially compared to Germany and even also France, I would say, is there's a general openness to the topic of investing and finance and money. So for example, in the German market, it's still a bit of a taboo, if you invest in stocks. It's changing. It's strongly changing, especially with the young generation. But still, most people don't invest. And in Switzerland, finance and banking and investing is just so present that there's, it just has a different space. So you need to do less education. There are less hurdles to clear to get to people think about money and try out new stuff. I think that's something that's beautiful. I think regulation wise, also Switzerland is doing some things right. They're quite strict, but they're, I would say, pragmatic, and you can talk to them. That's something we like. And then also, I mean, it's a small country. That's one of when you start a venture, that's why many people go to the EU, because you have much more access to a much broader market. That's definitely a downside. But it is a somewhat heterogenic market where you can find quite different customer profiles, right? You have in Zurich, there's many expats. In the Romandie, there's many expats, but you also have very rural areas. You have very urban areas, all at a smaller scale. But so if you want to, try out a business model, it does have some advantages. And we like it here, right? We also went to Germany. We like it in Germany too. But for us, the Swiss market has worked quite well.
And the image we have, and I know it because I've been working quite a while in Switzerland, is that there is an attachment to the traditional banking and all the big players. So first, the fact that there is an attachment to the banking area, plus the fact that it's heterogeneous, is it a more complex market to address than Germany, you would say, or Europe in general?
It's complex in a different way. Let's say the German market presents us with at least an equal number of brain nutcrackers.
Yeah, Germany was not a good example.
Maybe not. No, but I mean, what you're pointing to one very important thing, right? So getting a Swiss person to change their bank or their investment provider is a big, big, big ask.
Now that you've heard an excerpt from the upcoming episode on Sunday, make sure you stay tuned and connected so you don't miss a beat.